Drop a single large ice cube into water, then drop the same amount of ice as small crushed pieces. The crushed ice melts faster every single time, and the reason it happens is the exact same reason your cells stay microscopic. Your gut absorbs nutrients efficiently, and a gecko sticks to a ceiling. Surface area to volume ratio is not just a Unit 2 calculation. It is the rule that shapes almost every living structure you will encounter on the AP Biology exam. The math behind the rule is short. Surface area scales with the square of length, while volume scales with the cube of length. That means every time a cell doubles in size, its volume grows 8 times, while its surface area grows only 4 times. The membrane is now serving twice as much cytoplasm per square unit, and exchange of nutrients, gases, and waste starts to fall behind. AP graders care less about the formulas, and more about whether you can explain that bottleneck in plain biology terms. Memorize one pattern using the cube model, and you can answer any data question they throw at you. A cube with side length 1 has a surface area to volume ratio of 6:1 and exchanges fast. A cube with side length 2 drops to 3:1. Side length 3 is 2:1. Side length 4 falls to 1.5:1. The ratio always shrinks as cells grow, and that shrinkage is what limits how big a single cell can ever get without losing efficiency. Your small intestine has to absorb an enormous quantity of nutrients in a few hours, which sounds impossible given how much volume is moving through such a narrow tube. The solution is finger-like projections called villi, and even smaller projections on the villi called microvilli. Together, they multiply the absorptive surface area roughly 600 times without making the organ any bigger. This is surface area to volume engineering inside your own body. And it is exactly the kind of biological example graders reward on the FRQ. Cells stay small for one reason. Exchange must keep up with metabolism. A muscle cell, a neuron, or a liver cell all face the same constraint. Nutrients, oxygen, and ions must enter, and carbon dioxide and waste must leave fast enough to sustain the work happening inside. When a cell grows too large, the membrane simply cannot move enough material per second to keep the interior alive. The solution evolution found is not bigger cells, but more cells, which is why every multicellular organism is built from billions of tiny ones rather than a handful of giant ones. A gecko sticks to walls because the underside of each toe is covered in millions of microscopic hairs called setae, which split into even smaller spatulae. The result is enormous surface area packed into a tiny foot, generating the molecular forces that hold a gecko on glass. Same principle, different problem. Plant root hairs do it for water absorption. Lung alveoli do it for gas exchange. Folded mitochondrial membranes do it for ATP production. Whenever you see folds, projections, or branching in biology, the answer to why is almost always surface area to volume ratio. On the AP Biology free response, the move that earns the point is never just calculating the ratio. You have to connect the math to the biology in one sentence. Smaller cell or higher ratio means more membrane area per unit volume, which means faster exchange of materials, which means better support for metabolism and homeostasis. Always end with that biological consequence. Calculation alone leaves points on the table.
You can drill 30 flashcards and 25 AP-style questions on surface area to volume ratio in under 15 minutes using the link below. That is the difference between a 3 and a 5. Subscribe for new AP videos every week.